Hey everyone, have a here, but a video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. In this video, we're going to be going over all the goodies that we end up getting from the data download in this Part 2 Autumn Harvest Celebration, or Dirty Fireworks Celebration, but it really is just a hodgepodge of different things. So with that, if you're new to my channel, like, subscribe, comment below, do all that good stuff. Let's go ahead and dive right in. Now, I've been out of town for a couple days, haven't been able to record any videos or really catch up and update everyone of all the previews that ended up dropping last night, but we did get the data download, so at least I can cover this right here. Really just got back into town not that long ago, so I'm sitting down recording right away. So let's go ahead and dive into all this here. Got dokkaninfo.com. Let's quickly go over what we are actually getting in the next week, because we end up getting a data download for not only the units that we're going to get very soon, but also we have World Tournament units that we're getting as well. So we get the Diamond units in about 11 hours, and in about 5 days from now, we're going to get the Super Easy A to the first ever LR. Is it the first LR? Is that Androids was the first ever LR? I always forget. But anyway, our first ever free-to-play Super Easy A LR in the Super Saiyan Goku, which is very interesting. I'll talk about his categories, and kind of doesn't make any sense in this current celebration that it doesn't have it. They probably maybe could fix it, but basically a day after that, we're going to get the Part 2 Sunnable LR in the Gohan Exchange Piccolo. Then we have World Tournament units, things that we did not get the preview for last night. So we have all these EZAs here. We'll go over them. I haven't even seen the details on that. And of course, the new Grandpa Gohan World Tournament unit as well. So it feels like we haven't really had a World Tournament in a little bit of time. So about a week from now, we will expect another World Tournament. Let's go ahead and dive into the Diamond units really quickly. These are the SR units. So we can get a little bit of idea what we're going to be in for. And I'm guessing due to the fact that maybe the first episode doesn't really transform the characters into minis, maybe not. Maybe it'll be like a week before we end up getting the awakenings to the mini Goku and Vegeta. But these are going to be all type leaders, which is nice for free-to-play players out there. Hopefully it gets to maybe like 100, maybe even 120. That would be pretty amazing if it gets all types 120. But it's a long way to go. We don't even know if it's a LR or even an EZA TUR, right? The super attack here raises attack for 1 turn, and then you have, some stats boost. It is going to be a support unit, which is always nice for free-to-play players to have some kind of support unit. Launches additional attack, becomes a medium chance of becoming super attack, and then ability for crit and with each attack performed. So no Daima category, and it's also not on superheroes. If we ever get a Z category, it's probably not going to be on that either. So I'm guessing it's really going to be maybe in the future, maybe a Daima category, very small, but we could possibly see something like that. So the Vegeta, very similar, or very similar. All types leader skill. We have raises defense versus attack. High chance of guard versus additional attack, and then support unit as well. Again, here are the categories. Not really too much to look at as of right now. Again, we'll wait for the awakening when it turns into the minis. So let's dive into the first Super Easy A LR Super Saiyan Goku, which, funny enough, we're in the Planet Namek Saga celebration, right? The Dirty Fireworks celebration. And I just want to scroll all the way down here. I always forget that this unit is not on Planet Namek Saga. So, and of course, you think it's kind of just the legendary, first time ever go Super Saiyan, which I kind of expect that. But this was always kind of a contention. It was like, why is this unit not on the Planet Namek Saga? But it is on Super Saiyan. There's on a lot of different categories that can help, but unfortunately not on the category which the celebration is a part of. So no changes to the leader skill. Super attacks, you have the greatly raised attack for 1 turn for attack and defense here. You do have the raises allies by 30% on the AT-Key super attack. So the boost here is actually really nice, very strong overall. This is going to be a second position unit, because you can actually get a double buff from being in second position. So you have attack and defense 159%, plus 3 to key, additional 159%. Great chance of guarding all attacks. This is, of course, the problem. Of course, we don't want I would hope for free-to-play players we can get just a regular unit that can just guard all attacks, but since this is their free-to-play, they're going to put a little great chance here, 70% chance of guarding as the first attacker or the second attacker in the turn, and then plus additional key +3, and then attack 159% with a great chance of launching additional super attack as a second or third attacker to turn. So when you run as a second attacker, you're going to get this buff here and this buff here, so try to run this in second position. So plus an additional attack and defense 159% when performing ultra super attack. That should be no problem if you're going to be running second position with +6 to key on top of the leader skill. And then all allies, key +3, plus an additional attack and defense 30% for all superclass allies. And then attacks against effects of all types against superclass enemies. And then crits for extreme class enemies. So I think overall, great free-to-play unit. A huge upgrade from what it was before. So, nothing special, but I think free-to-play players are going to be using this quite a bit. It's going to be the best free-to-play, I would say, if not the best, one of the best free-to-play units that you can run. If you are going that route. So let's go ahead and turn into the new summonable unit that's going to happen in about 5 days or so. This is Tide Turning Superpower Gohan / which is Exchange Piccolo here. This is Planet Namek Saga and then Bottom Master Disciple. Key +4 HP attack defense 150%. We're still in the dual category key +4 150%. LRs, yellow coin LRs. So I have to kind of run a chart and see where we're at in terms of what's left in these 150 before we move on to the new yellow coin meta, which I would expect that's going to happen in the 10-year anniversary. Super attack here raises attack and defense. That's basically stacking here, 20% stack on the 12 key super attack, and then the 18 key super attack you're going to get massively raises attack and defense for 1 turn, which is 100% boost there, which is fantastic. So all the stuff they can do here is making sure that pre-exchange needs to be viable, right, for this unit to be at all usable. So attack and defense 200%, plus an additional attack 150% when performing super attack. Reduces key +3, reduces damage by 30%. And chance to perform a critical hit, and launches additional attack, has a high chance of becoming a super attack for 3 turns from the character's entry turn. So that's very important. When this is up, this unit is going to be very viable. When it falls off after 3 turns from the character's entry turn, you might be a liability, right? So, but you do have some really nice defensive mitigation here, right? You have key +3, reduces damage by 30%, and a chance to perform a critical hit 30% as the first attacker in the turn. And then key +3 reduces damage by 20% and a chance of perform a critical hit 20% when there is another Planet Namek Saga or Namekians category ally in the same turn. So if you're running this on this team here, you should have the ability to have 80% damage mitigation for 3 turns. So you could run this in first position, no problem, but you do have to drop them off after the 3rd turn. So, and then recovers 20% HP at the end of the turn, which is kind of nice here. So, actually it's not. I just realized this right here, right? So, you want to exchange, right? You want to exchange in the fourth turn from the start of the battle, but your HP needs to be 70% or less. This is awful. This is awful. Can be activated when HP is 70% or less, starting from the 4th turn. They really needed to remove that, especially if they're going to recover 20% HP at the end of the turn. So, yeah, kind of problematic there. But as long as we can then, if you can make it to the 6th turn, then there's no HP restriction. Link skills, not all that great, but categories, we do have several categories that can be on, and the stats are really, really nice. 24,000, over 20,000, and then almost 14,000 for a yellow coin LR. So, works out. I think it is usable. Let's go ahead and look at the exchange. So once you exchange into Piccolo, so there we go, we exchange into Piccolo here. You keep the stack, which is nice with the 12 key super attack here. Basically the same thing in super attacks, just really the passive that's going to change, and it's seemingly very, very, very strong. So key +8, attack and defense 250%, plus an additional 150% when performing a super attack, and then reduces damage by 50% unconditional. High chance of performing a critical hit. That's another basically 50% there. Launches additional attack. Has a great chance of becoming an additional super attack there. So that's unconditional. Plus an additional key plus 4 launches additional super attack starting from the turn in which the character receives an attack. And then when HP is 70% or more at the start of the turn, plus an additional damage reduction 20% and superclass allies defense 70%. That's huge. Again, another HP restriction. So if you can get that, this is very, very strong here. But if you are HP is 70% or less, you have a dodge mechanic. So evades enemies attack, including super attack, within one turn once only. So that's a guarantee. So once you're under 70%, you're going to be evading, guaranteed, no problem there. But afterwards, from the character's next attacking turn onward, and then high chance of evading enemies attack, 50% chance after your guarantee after you hit 70%. So and this recovers 25% HP at the end of the turn. So that's going to be beneficial to at least get you back over here with some damage mitigation. So if you have this up here, you're going to have 70% damage mitigation. And overall, you're going to get some stacks here. So you should do very well. This is, I would say, somewhat viable unit as long as you can handle the pre-exchange requirements, right? So there you have it. I think most people aren't going to be summoning for this unit. Yellow coin LLRs are just kind of a semi-luxury these days. So, but anyway, that is the unit. Let's go ahead and then just quickly dive in. I'm try to quickly dive in. I'm just going to go over these units here, the easy A's for these. So this is Demon King Piccolo here. Let's see, raises attack and then massively raises defense for one turn. So nice. All right, so let's just dive into this. So randomly changes key spheres to tech key spheres. Attack, no defense per. So just attack 60% per tech key sphere obtained. That's very strong. Okay, key plus 5 reduces damage received by 50% when 4 more key spheres obtained. Okay, that works. We need some defense here though. So high chance per critical hit with 4 more tech key spheres obtained. So that's going to be very important. So you can get both of these. And then here's your defense here, 100% defense before attacking, and then 100% defense as the first attacker of the turn. I don't think that's enough. Let's look at, hopefully get some more stuff here. Launches additional attack, has a high chance of becoming a super attack, and chance of evading enemy attack, 30% as a second or third attacker in the turn. Okay, and then plus an additional 60% and a chance of evading enemies attack, plus 30% when all allies attacking the same turn are extreme class allies, or extreme class. And then restores youth. I don't think this is that great. 50% damage mitigation. There's not enough defense to really help them out here. And of course, if you don't get 4 more tech key spheres or regular key spheres, you're done. You're just basically dead. So transformation condition here restores youth here from the 7th turn from the start of the turn. Okay, and then here's Demon King Piccolo. And wait a minute, what's happening? Did it change? No, it didn't change. What's happening here? There we go. All right, so a long time from the fight, you have all this goodness here. 50% HP, key plus 6. Okay. Yeah, 66%. So nuking ability is still there. Damage reduction for 66% for 6 turns, okay, which is already late in the battle anyway. Reduces damage by 10% per key strip. Okay, so you can get reduces damage from the 7th turn on. Okay, so then you have to build this up so that you can get from the 7th turn on back to 66%. Launch additional attack, has a high chance of becoming super attack second or third, and plus an additional 66% chance an evaded enemy attack, and so the same thing as a stream class. So that's fine. That's fine. Nothing to really be all that happy about. Again, as it is a free to play unit here, but free to play players are going to be happy, at least somewhat useful in certain situations. So. Right, Hachon here is going to hit his Easy here, so it's raises attack for 1 turn, lowers attack and defense, and then medium chance of stunning the enemy. Attack 100%, and then damage reduction received by 30% for 1 turn from the character's entry turn. Okay, and then you guard for 5 attacks after receiving an attack. Defense 180% before the character receives an attack 8 times in the battle. And then defense 20% up to 80% reduces damage received by 10%, 40% with each attack received. After the character receives 8 attacks or more in the battle, and DB Saga category allies 20%, plus an additional key plus 2, 24% for characters who are named Goku, Youth, starting from the character's next turn. Yeah, okay. Alright, and then Goku's family can get additional attack and defense 180%. Fine. Again, World Tournament easy A here. Nothing to put into the best teams at all. We have the Mighty Mask here, so this is 200% attack defense when facing one enemy, 150 attack and defense, 50% to attack and performing super attack here. Getting additional boost for tournament participants category allies. Evades enemies attack for 1 turn with HP 60% or less, and then a great chance afterwards. And then evades enemies attack and performs critical hits with 30% HP. Okay, so you're guaranteed dodge if your HP is 30% or less. So, okay, again, not all that great here. Let's look at this hit. See if this is going to be a usable hit here. So stacks attack, raises defense for 1 turn, supreme damage to enemy, and high chance of stunning. 160% to attack and defense, keep us 2. An additional 120% when performing a super attack. Additional 120% or additional 20% with each super attack performed up to 80%. Plus additional 100% to attack. Launches additional attack, has a high chance of becoming a super attack. Great chance. It's there's a lot of position units in this data download. Attack enemies attack 30% minus 30% debuff here. Has a second or third. Launches additional super attack. That's okay. Yeah, no. Yeah, none of these are standing out at all to me. And then finally, let's go into the new. So these are old, and that's fine. They're going to easy A, but this is the new unit here for Grandpa Gohan. Is Turtle School category key plus 4, HP and attack defense 130%. Raises attack and defense for 1 turn, causes colossal damage to enemy. There's a 12 key. The 18 keys greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn, causing mega colossal damage and seals. Is there a transformation or anything like that? Nope. Okay, so I'm like, this is a short passive for a new unit because we've been seeing paragraphs and paragraphs. So if there's an enemy who's enemy or ally who includes Goku at the start of the character's attacking turn, activates entrance animation, and then all allies key plus 1 attack 20% for the rest of the battle. Okay, that's very strong. Key plus 3 attack and defense 150%, plus an additional attack defense 150% when performing super attack, plus an additional attack and defense 150% if it is a ultra super attack, so up to 300% there, plus an additional key plus 2 Turtle School or Kamehameha category ally attacking the same turn. Okay, that's not much. And then plus an additional key plus 2 launches additional super attack, and the name whose ally is attacking the same turn includes Goku. Here's the categories, and there's the, yeah, nothing to really sneeze about here. Yeah, that is this going to easy A? It's on the Extreme Z Battle here. This won't easy A right away, I'm guessing. So, but it's not all that great. A lot of stat boosts, and we're kind of past that now, unless you're going to do like 500% boost and stuff, like things of that nature. Yeah, not overly excited about the World Tournament unit here, but it is, again, a free-to-play unit. So a lot of free-to-play stuff here. Free-to-play, summonable, free-to-play. So basically everything's free-to-play. I just noticed that now. So really the only thing that you have to spend Dragon Stones on is going to be this Part 2 LR. Everything else is free-to-play units. And there you have it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video here. Let me know what you guys are excited about. I don't know. For free-to-play players, I know you guys are extremely excited because there's a lot of units that you're getting on there. But is anybody summoning on the exchange Gohan Piccolo? Let me know in the comment section below. And if you're new to my channel, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Thank you all for watching. Keep on Dokkaning. We'll catch you next time. Later.